Okay, back to radio stuff because we just did a quick car thing. A lot of you guys don't get to see this other shed, and there's a reason for that because it's bloody embarrassing because we've been tossing junk in here everywhere. Anybody wants TVs, video screens, etc. We're giving. There's a lot of this stuff, DVDs. I'm giving it away. I don't care. I've got to get rid of this rubbish. As you can see, we keep our scissor lifts. Our can't really see that. Our hydraulic lifts. Now, this is our hydraulic tower lift we use for temporary towers, and obviously the scissor we use for building stuff around the house and that. Okay, so basically this pallet, which you can see down here, 465 kilos of radios, and as you can see, each box has labelled 23.9, 25.2. My many thanks to, and first my apologies because I've been meaning for some time to say thank you to Rob, you know who you are, for doing such a great job. And I've done such a terrible job of actually getting things moving. So what's going to happen is they're going to go on the back of my Pajero there. I'm going to back the Pajero into the shed, into the other American barn. So we're going to get these moving. The reason is because there's a few double ups in these radios, and we desperately need some 40 channel discs and things for some radios. So even if we've got to sacrifice, say, an AM set to get a 40 channel sideband looking perfect, well, you know, we're going to do it. But as you can see, yeah, there's boxes. So I'll get started and get these boxes loaded over to the shed, and then we'll start sort of getting through them and getting a bit of a, that's if, you know, if my back still works after that. Where's Riley? He's in Adelaide. People didn't believe me when I said I've only ever opened one box. And the truth is, here's the box I opened. And I went looking for to see what radio was in this box, and what did I get? I got the bloody box full of microphones and mic. Oh no, hang on, there are some radios. Oh, there you go. Geez, I tell you. Anyway, we'll get into that, I'm sure. Look, today's video is going to be more about just getting these over and maybe getting the tops open of a few of them so you can get a bit of an idea, you know, some of the stuff in there. But I literally won't get to the stage of being able to roll it all out in there because you'll see. Well, let me show you the space I've got to fit it all in. So as you can see, look, we use space well with the Porsche up there and the Mustang sort of sitting over here. The HR sits under there, and that's great. But have a look at what we've got left in space. By the time I bring these boxes through, I'm going to have to stack boxes across here and then start working through them. Fortunately, I've got some shelf space on the far side over there that I can start working with. But honestly, a lot of the boxes will go under these tables for now, and I can just pull them out as I need to get to them. We're that sort of in trouble for space. But anyway, so that's the challenge. So, and even then, I can only back up to so far with the four-wheel drive as we're coming across. So, and it's not, you know, I could just sack truck the whole lot over it, but I just thought, look, I'll chuck it in the four-wheel drive. I can get probably 6 boxes at a time in the back of that, and then just come across. So, but the goal is to get this shed cleared out. We've got this became very much a storage shed. As you can see, I can't even get to my 1926 Pontiac at the moment. It's just like crap in the way. We've got a lot of the windows and stuff ready to go for the new buildings, and sliding doors down the end. This is sort of our electrical / plumbing areas that we keep sort of in place. And all that's got to go at some stage because we want to use this space a lot better. But these were just handy for the moment just to get us out of trouble. All right, well, I'm going to start loading some boxes. As you can see, we've got our task. I might move a couple of things out of the way too. My transmission lifter might be a good start. Just roll that out the way and that desk there, and we'll try and get a clear pathway through. All right, well, I'll show you how we go at the other end. So as you can see, so 20 kilos each. How's the back looking on this? Not too bad, actually. Look at that. That's all right. 11 boxes, do the maths. So there you go. It's probably 230, 240, because some of them are 23.5, 24. So we close the back of this, and we go all the way. Well, we don't actually close the back of this, won't close, but that'll do. We go all the way to over there. Seems like a lot of double handling, but Trust me, as you can see, we've just cleared a whole lot of space, so that is all very good. And it's, yes, going to get a lot cleaner, that's for sure. Now, let's just get something straight. In South Australia, we call this a sack truck. All right. Now, anyone watching this in Victoria is going to take issue with this because they're going to say, mate, that's a trolley. And this is one of the things we learnt when we came over to Victoria. This is a trolley. And I said, well, what is the thing that you get your groceries with? And they said, that's a trolley. And I said, well, why isn't this a sack truck? And for that matter, why doesn't that make, the thing you get your groceries with like a sack truck? Anyway, nobody's been able to answer this question. So in the interest of getting on with people in Victoria, welcome to my trolley that I'm going to put boxes on and put in here. And, geez. Rob, up in Queensland, if you're having a laugh at this, just remember, you had to pack all this, you got the worst bit. Anyway, it's all funny. All right, we'll get cracking. I forgot to say, they're the boxes. See, they made it all the way over there to here. Amazing, hey? Hey, anybody that wants to hire my services for obviously moving house or anything, forget it. Trust me, you don't want me. One box left to go. One box. And believe it or not, I'll just come back with the trolley for the Victorians, sack truck for the South Australians, and I'll get it with that. Oh, God. By the way, I have had a little bit of help. I've done a little bit of this, but had a mate drop in, and he's over in the other shed at the moment, just moving some stuff around. Yes, he said to me, with your foot, you shouldn't be doing this. And I went, well, you're bloody right, So anyway, that's what good mates are for. All right, I'll go take these across to him, and he can get these moving, and I'll come back and grab the whole one box by myself. Back soon. Okay, so the reason I'm not breathing heavy, and my poor mate that just escaped. Look, thank you, Dave. You're a legend. And he was right. I went to lift a couple of these, and I'm still having trouble with this left foot of mine. It just gives on me, and he couldn't have come at a better time. So he did say to me, from here, you can just undo the boxes. So I said, oh, get them under the table. He says, why don't you just, start undoing boxes and, put them on your shelves? And I said, oh, I could do that. Anyway, but he's in the middle of a concreting job, so I must admit I had to be a little bit mindful of the fact that he needed to get back. But he did come to borrow some tools, so, that was good. A good trade-off. He carried 465 kilos of boxes. Rob, up in Queensland, you're going to find this funny because I know you carried every one of these. Anyway, well, look, I'm going to open one box, but then I've got to get back to work doing some other stuff. So just give me a tick. And it's just been a random box. What the heck? Okay, I said a random box. So what do you reckon? 18.4, 22.6, 18.9, 20.3, 20.2, 20.8. Let's go for the heaviest box. Why not? What the heck, hey? Now, keep in mind, these boxes have everything from amateur radios to CB radios to commercial radios to, so, and I do have somewhere a list of what's in, various boxes, but Rob, being the generous soul that he is, there's a lot of things that that are not on that list that I know that he ended up sort of saying, here, have these. Rob, if you ever allow me to say exactly who you are, I'm quite happy to. I just want to be a bit careful just in case you want a little bit of privacy. Jeez. Rob, you packed bloody boxes well. Here we go. Now, here's the other thing too. We're starting up a bubble wrap factory. So basically, bubble wrap will be sold by the... it wouldn't be good to sell it by the kilo, would it? No. That wouldn't make much sense. Anyway, okay, so we'll have a look at that. You know, like even as a first off radio that is there, Tedalex Courier 5000 Digi. Now, that could be a 9-channel, I would say, having a feel. The CB9SA, and so this was the South African version. So there you go. That was the first radio pulled out, was the South African version radio. Now, keep in mind, if they're AM sets, Rob's probably put more AM sets in here. So it'll be AM after Cougar 23 microphones. Let's have a look here. Fuji. Everybody needs a Fuji. Now, what I was saying before about the possibility of dials, let's say we get a radio we've got 2 of, and let's say this was a 40, which is not, it's a 23. But let's say it was a 40, and let's say that disc can fit possibly, you know, Chemtronic or one of the Pacers or something that, you know, might just sort of bring it to life. Well, you know, we're willing to sacrifice a radio to do that for sure. But I know Rob's list. This will be mainly AM sets in here. Geez, he's done well with the bubble wrap because... okay, there's a Marine little telly radio. Oh, God, we're just... This is, as you can imagine, going to be Stalker 3. Jeez. Oh, God. Look at that, an old Royce microphone. Geez, seriously, you know, I mean, some of those things, just by themselves, you know, you might even put that with, say, the Royce sideband set you've already got, or etc. Loads and loads more mics. There's just boxes of mics, I know for a fact, because I've seen Rob's list. But, oh boy, what do we got here? Uniden APX7, which is actually good because we didn't have a clean one of those. I have got one, but not quite that clean, which is nice. Oh, goodness. I said I was just going to do a quick look at this box, but there's a few radios in this box. Righto. What's that one? That looks like the Royce that microphone came off. Royce 23-channel gyro lock. Gee, I mean, you know, this is the sort of stuff that probably doesn't impress everybody, but does impress me. I love stuff that's just old heritage, probably because I'm an old fart myself. But yeah, so that I would lay money on the fact that that's the microphone that would go with that Royce there. And forget what I said about putting... See how I'm putting that one aside all of a sudden? That's the first one to get a clean up because I just love that. Yeah, just remember in this collecting game, everybody's different. People see value in things and people don't see value in things. And I'm just pulling this one out here. Right, now, this is a Ward 775 40 channel. Once again, there'll be those of you that go, oh, it's a bloody AM set. Well, yeah, it is. But it's also a very, very interesting piece of history. You tell me about all the other Ward radios that you know about, and I'll probably even give you a prize because there wasn't too many of them. This is a 40-channel Ward, PLL, probably about 1980s, late 70s, early 80s. Once again, they're just not something you're going to pick up every day. And I'm going to keep on saying this. Not for everybody, I agree, but definitely for me. Oh, there's a Unimetrics Stingray. Oh, here we go. I told you I'm going to be in charge of selling bubble wrap for a long, long time. We'll use it. Nice front, actually, and that'll clean up nicely. And I've actually got a set of perfect covers, would you believe, on a Unimetrics Stingray 2, which has got a terrible front on it. So isn't that how it works out sometimes? So that 23 channel will come to life looking like it's new. Well, looking like it's not as old. Power cord. I'm nearly to the empty at the bottom of this. Okay. I think I just saw a Kraco then. I think. Oh, look at that. Okay, yep. Righto. Oh, sorry about this. This camera works terrible. It should be shot. This is clean. This is really, really clean. This is the 23 channel version of the sideband version. You also saw these in a Thorn with the push buttons here. So I've actually got somewhere down here just today. Just today, I can show you an example. Where did I put it? Just today I saw it. Right, okay. I'm really wanting to show you this because, well, number one, because I'm going mental, because it was just today that I found it. Let me just put that Krakow there for a second. Where did that Thorn go? Because if I was to put it side by side, no, not there. Oh, wow, we've been cleaning out so much today, and a lot of this is just the junk stuff here that's left here. I was sure I put it over here because of the fact that I wanted to find another little push button to suit, and to have the Thorn and the Krakow sort of side by side would be really, really so good. But this is making a complete liar out of me. There's a Thorn 1503. Whoops, 1503 there, but that's not what we're after. Oh, goodness. It'll turn up 2 seconds after I finish. Unbelievable. I seriously had it about an hour ago. And, unless we're going for a bit of a walk. I don't normally do this. I normally stop, start, but we're on the move today. Thorn. No, Panthers, Chemtronics. No, it wouldn't make sense to put it there because there's another Chemtronic. That shouldn't be there. That should be top. All right. Oh boy, no, I'm going to have to find it and show you the comparison, because the comparison is fantastic. Found it. Okay, found it. My goodness. All right, so let me show you something which is really worth seeing. Only if you're as mental as me when it comes to this sort of stuff. And thank God most of you aren't. But have a look at this. So here we've got basically the Thorn PLL unit. This was an 18 channel. And then you've got the Krakow 23 channel. Good point. Whether that's crystal or PLL. The fact that this is PLL makes me think, is there any information on the back of this that might give us a bit of a hint? No, it doesn't really tell you. But I would have to think that if the Thorn that looks like the exact same footprint is PLL, then the Krakow Super Deluxe AM set is too. Now, as you can see, we're missing the switch. Unfortunately, got broken in transit, and we will find a way to get this fixed, because to have the two together, admittedly, Rob's is much better condition than our Thorn. His Krakow's brilliant. Okay, so I think that's the box. I don't think there's anything. Oh, no, there is more, sorry. Two more. Righto. And, very nice looking GBS 5000. And I think these are going to get really popular, more for the modification market. I know the boys on CB Radio Times are working on a new module that'll fit crystal radios. That will be interesting, won't it? Because imagine bringing these things to life with sort of a few extra channels and bits, as far as making them into 40s and etc. Sorry, I'm just out of room here. Just lucky last out of this number one box. 20 plus boxes here. 25, I think it was. But just for today, here we go. Last one for the day. Oh, there you go. It's a GTX 2325, and that's in rather nice condition as well. So look, that's just a bit of a sample of what is to come. There's a lot of boxes to go through and very little room to put it all at the moment. So, but I have got the easy bit, unpacking it, versus Dave having to move it all. So thank you, Dave. You're a legend. My foot thanks you. My back thanks you. And and I will slowly go through this all now. This is not days, this is weeks, but we'll get there. And but I do need to move these radios out of these boxes today because I'm going to be a bit tight putting a V8 HR Holden in this spot. Otherwise, I reckon I'd fit it, but walking through will be a bit of a worry. Okay, all the best, 73. Sorry this went a little bit longer, but this was the official 465 kilos of radios all the way from Queensland on a pallet, brought to me by Bike-It. Now, Bike-It is a company you should use if you're moving anything up and down the East Coast, Melbourne through to Queensland. Look up Bike-It or get onto me. He is the most incredible guy, Israeli guy, and I've spent a lot of time in Israel, so we get on like a house on fire. Loves cash. Now, that's the important thing, loves cash. To give you an idea, 465 kilos, $500 cash on a pallet and straight to my door. So, can't knock that, can you? All right, 73s from VK3 Charlie Mike, Jack Daniels, Whiskey 229. I hope you've enjoyed at least a little look at where we're at. For those of you that hate people that hoard things, unsubscribe. Those of you that love people that hoard and play with radios, hey, that's us. Subscribe, absolutely. Love you all. All the best. Cheers.